What if I told you that those plain Dollar Tree cutting boards you usually see tucked away in the kitchen aisle could turn into some of the most charming fall decorations for your home and garden? Yes, the same boards you've used for slicing apples or chopping vegetables can actually become the foundation of cozy, high-end decor. And don't worry, no onions are involved today, so no tears. Unless, of course, they're tears of joy when you see how beautiful these projects turn out. I know one of the biggest concerns many of us have is finding crafts that are affordable and easy without needing a shed full of fancy tools. These projects fit that bill perfectly. All you'll need are a few cutting boards, a little imagination, and that touch of autumn magic. My friend down the street made one of these for her front porch last year, and I kid you not, neighbors were stopping to compliment her almost every day. That's the kind of charm we're aiming for. Welcome, my dear friends, to Golden Year's Lifestyle Hub, where we take the simplest, budget-friendly items and turn them into beautiful memories and decor pieces. This is where creativity feels light, joyful, and doable, even if your hands aren't as quick as they used to be. Think of it as crafting with an old friend, with plenty of room for laughter and a few nostalgic stories along the way. So if you love cozy fall transformations without stretching your wallet, go ahead and subscribe now. That way, you'll never miss a project, and together, we'll keep finding ways to make our homes and gardens glow with warmth, beauty, and just a little bit of neighborly envy. Project 1. Fall Cutting Board Door Sign. Let's begin with something simple yet incredibly welcoming, the Fall Cutting Board Door Sign. Take that plain Dollar Tree cutting board and cover it with a piece of fall scrapbook paper or even a strip of burlap. Right away, you'll notice the transformation. It's like giving the board a cozy little sweater for autumn. Next, add some stenciled or sticker letters. Words like harvest or welcome work beautifully. I once saw a neighbor with a hand-painted harvest sign on her porch years ago, and everyone admired it. It reminded us of a time when small homemade touches meant so much. This project carries that same spirit, with a dash of nostalgia built in. Finally, tie a ribbon at the top so you can hang it proudly on your door or even on a garden gate. It's affordable, charming, and it whispers that warm, come on in feeling that makes fall so special. And the best part? Every time you walk by, you'll smile knowing you made it yourself. Project 2. Cutting Board Pumpkin. Now, let's turn that humble cutting board into a pumpkin, without ever stepping foot in the pumpkin patch. Start by painting the board a cheerful shade of orange, or if you prefer a softer look, wrap it in orange fabric. Either way, you'll see it come to life with that classic autumn glow. For the stem, a cinnamon stick or a small twig works perfectly. Just glue it at the top, and you'll notice how a simple little detail suddenly makes it feel real. My friend once used a cinnamon stick for hers, and the whole entryway carried the faint scent of spice every time you walked by. It was like fall in the air. To finish, wrap a bit of twine around the top for that rustic farmhouse charm. It's the kind of touch that makes it look like something you'd find at a boutique craft fair, even though it started with a dollar store board. And the best part? Unlike a real pumpkin, this one won't turn mushy after Halloween. It'll stay bright and welcoming all season long. Project 3. Rustic Planter Backdrop. Here's a sweet little project that brings instant charm with almost no effort. The Rustic Planter Backdrop. Take your cutting board and attach a mason jar or even a small tin bucket using twine. The twine not only keeps it secure, but also adds that old-fashioned farmhouse touch, like something you might have spotted in your grandmother's kitchen. Once it's attached, fill the jar or bucket with foam mums, sunflowers, or whatever flowers make your heart smile. The beauty of this idea is how lightweight it is. You can swap out the blooms each season without any heavy lifting. In the fall, mums bring that golden glow. Come spring, you might add daffodils or tulips for a fresh new look. This is the kind of project that says, beautiful doesn't have to be backbreaking. It's perfect for anyone who wants their porch or garden wall to shine with color and warmth, without hauling around big planters or bags of soil. A neighbor of mine made one of these and hung it by her gate, and every season she just swaps the flowers. It always looks like a brand new decoration. Project 4. Cozy Lantern. This next project brings a soft glow to your evenings, the cozy lantern. Start by gluing 4 cutting boards together in the shape of a box. Don't worry, it's much easier than it sounds, and the end result looks like something you'd find in a fancy home decor shop. Once your little lantern is formed, tuck some fairy lights or a battery-operated candle inside. The gentle twinkle creates a warm, inviting glow that makes your porch or garden feel extra special as the sun sets. A dear friend of mine made one and placed it by her rocking chair, and she told me it became her favorite spot to sit with a cup of tea in the evening. And here's the best part. It's completely safe. No real flames, no worries about forgetting a candle burning. You get all the cozy atmosphere without the risk. It's a project that feels magical but also thoughtful, because peace of mind matters just as much as beauty. Project 5. Harvest Tray Centerpiece. For this project, we'll turn a cutting board into a harvest tray that makes the perfect table centerpiece. Start by attaching handles to each side. Dollar Tree drawer pulls work wonderfully and add just the right touch of elegance. With just that small change, the board instantly transforms into a serving-style tray. Now, decorate it with pine cones, faux apples, acorns, or whatever fall treasures you like. Arrange them neatly, almost like setting the stage for a seasonal story. I remember how my mother used to dress the Thanksgiving table with bowls of apples and nuts. This feels like a lighter, simpler nod to that tradition, but with much less fuss. Place the tray in the center of your dining table, coffee table, or even on a garden bench, and it will quietly announce the arrival of fall to anyone who walks in. It's one of those projects that looks polished and festive, yet takes just minutes to put together. Project 6. Chalkboard Message Board. Here's a project that adds both charm and a bit of fun. The Chalkboard Message Board. Take your cutting board and give a surface a coat of chalkboard paint. The transformation is instant. You've gone from a simple kitchen item to a personal message station. Once it's dry, tie on a little ribbon at the top or glue on a small faux flower for a fall accent. That tiny touch makes it seasonal and inviting, almost like those cheerful signs you'd see in a country cafe. Now comes the best part. You can use it to write whatever warms your heart. Maybe a cheerful note to greet visitors, a favorite Bible verse, or even a recipe you don't want to forget, like Aunt Mary's pumpkin pie. It's flexible, it's fun, and it feels personal every time you pick up the chalk. And here's the gentle humor in it all. Finally, a cutting board that talks back to you. Instead of just sitting quietly on the counter, it'll have a message waiting to brighten your day. Project 7. Cutting Board Wreath Base. This next idea takes your cutting board and turns it into something truly welcoming. A small, lightweight wreath. Instead of worrying about weaving branches or buying a heavy frame, simply use the cutting board as your sturdy base. It's flat, reliable, and easy to handle. All you need to do is hot glue fall leaves, a few faux pumpkins, or maybe some ribbon around the edges. Don't overthink the placement. Nature itself is never perfectly even, and that's part of the beauty. I once helped a neighbor with a similar project, and we laughed because the ribbon went a little crooked, but you know what? It made the wreath look even more natural. The best part of this craft is how forgiving it is. Even if your hands aren't as steady as they used to be, the layers of leaves and ribbon will cover little imperfections. In the end, you'll have a cheerful wreath that's light enough to hang on a porch door, a garden fence, or even indoors on a wall. It's simple, fun, and guaranteed to bring that cozy fall touch to your home. Project 8. Hanging Key or Garden Tool Holder. Here's a project that brings together beauty and practicality. The hanging key or garden tool holder. Start by screwing a few small hooks into the bottom of your cutting board. These hooks will be your helpers, ready to hold keys, garden gloves, or even lightweight hand tools like pruning shears. To give it that seasonal charm, paint or decorate the board with warm fall colors, burnt orange, deep red, or even a touch of gold. You can add a few small faux leaves or acorns along the top for decoration. I once saw a neighbor do something similar, and she said it made her feel fancy, like she had her very own little garden station right by the door. The beauty of this project is in its usefulness. Every time you reach for your keys or gloves, you'll smile because it's not just a plain hook board. It's a piece of autumn decor that you made yourself. It's beauty and usefulness all in one. And that combination never goes out of style. Project 9. Cutting board recipe or photo stand. For this project, your cutting board takes on a whole new role as a stand for your most cherished keepsakes. Start by gluing a small wooden block or stand to the back of the board. This will prop it up nicely, almost like an easel, making it steady enough to display something special. On the front, decorate with fall-themed scrapbook paper or a coat of seasonal paint. Warm oranges, golden yellows, or even a plaid pattern can really bring out that autumn feeling. You can even add a tiny ribbon bough or a faux leaf for an extra touch of charm. Now comes the sentimental part. Use it to hold your favorite recipe card or a treasured family photo. Imagine Grandma's pumpkin pie recipe sitting right there on your counter, where you'll see it every day as you pass through the kitchen. Or perhaps a photo of loved ones from a Thanksgiving long ago. It's a project that blends beauty with memory, turning a simple cutting board into a little reminder of family, tradition, and love. Project 10. Fall tiered stand base. For our final project, we're stacking those Dollar Tree cutting boards into something truly eye-catching, a fall tiered stand. Begin by placing a candlestick or a sturdy wooden block between each board to create layers. Glue them securely, and before long, you'll have a stand with 2 or 3 levels, depending on how tall you'd like it. Once your stand is ready, decorate it with little pumpkins, pine cones, or even a plate of cookies for visiting friends. The layered effect makes everything look polished and special, as if you bought it from a boutique store display. I've seen one of these used on a neighbor's buffet table, and guests couldn't believe it was made from just a handful of dollar store finds. That's the real beauty of this project. It gives you something high-end without the high-end price tag. It's like walking past a fancy shop window, only this one cost just a few dollars and was made by your own hands. Before we wrap up, here are a few little extras to make your project shine. Dollar Tree fairy lights can be tucked into almost any design for that cozy evening glow we all love. You can also mix in fabric scraps, leftover ribbon, or even real pine cones gathered right from your yard. It adds a personal, natural touch. And if you'd like, personalize your decor with your family's initials or a favorite fall quote. Those small details make every project feel like it was made just for you. We've taken simple Dollar Tree cutting boards and turned them into a world of fall treasures. Door signs, pumpkins, lanterns, trays, chalkboards, wreaths, organizers, photo stands, and even a tiered centerpiece. Who would have guessed one little board could do all that? It just goes to show you don't need to spend a fortune to create a warm, inviting home this season. Just a spark of creativity and a $1.25 cutting board. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these projects are you most excited to try? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your ideas and stories. And if today's projects made you smile, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Golden Years Lifestyle Hub for more cozy, senior-friendly ideas you can enjoy from the comfort of your home. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. May your fall season be filled with warmth, creativity, and just a touch of Dollar Tree magic.